flowers. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. Have you ever stopped to smell the flowers? I should really do it more often. Oh my gosh, introductions are in order. My name's Renee Porter. Recently, students have been advocating for a substance-free zone on MSU's campus. For real this time. Today, I'm going to sit down with students and community members to hear their thoughts on the development. First up to discuss this issue is Jesus. I didn't know 420 was a recognized Christian holiday.
Well, yeah, you know, like how they how people say that weed came from like an asteroid. You know, that can't be true because they also say that like an asteroid killed the dinosaurs. But like there were no dinosaurs, you know.
Yeah. Jesus, I don't know how to ask this, but are you high? This is supposed to be a forum talking about the new substance-free zone on MSU's campus.
And like in the Bible, when they say I ascended, yeah.
I thought they meant you died.
It also it also says that I was crossed. I was.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's focus back up. What do you think about the new substance-free zone?
I mean, the substance-free zone, if people are like, they're okay,
You do know we're talking about dormitories, right?
About what?
Dormitories, substance-free dormitories for college students.
But
do you think 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds should be using substances?
Well, this is the time when, you're supposed to, use substances. You know how, okay, so I'm gonna teach you something. So there's, if you read the Bible, we're gonna talk about Bible stuff, Yes, it's a whole bunch of men with agendas. It's just men with agendas, and, over the years, it just keeps getting rewritten by men with I was talking about something.
Dormitories.
Yeah. So you know how in the Bible, right? I get born, and it's Christmas, and then all of a sudden, I'm just at that wedding and wherever, I turn the water to wine. It's just it completely forgets all that big phase in my life because you don't want to. It's not really engaging for people to just sit back and be like, oh, then Jesus was burning that bush.
So are you saying you spent your 1820s high?
No. Well, I'm saying that's when you're supposed to, be like that, man.
And it says this in the Bible?
Yep.
I didn't go to that Catholic school.
It says in the Bible that we're gonna do some dumb shit. It's just gonna happen. But your 30s are the perfect time for you to then just be I'm gonna get serious about all this. I'm gonna I'm gonna go ride an ass into town.
Didn't you get crucified in your 30s?
I got crossed in my 30s.
Right. Well, after that inspiring start, I'm here with Nelson Smelson. Nelson, what do you have to say about the substance-free zone on campus?
I gotta say, Renee, I'm very indifferent on the matter. I've never really chosen a side on this whole weed thing. It's never really bothered me. I mean, it doesn't smell. Never tried it really. So there's no sensory.
It doesn't smell?
Yeah, just rotten eggs, grandma's cookies, really anything that you see in the cartoons when they're floating towards because it smells nice. All smells the same, really.
Yeah, because this is Looney Tunes. I would actually say that it's a pretty common consensus that weed smells pretty bad. Wouldn't you agree? That's one of the reasons they're saying they want a substance-free zone for the students who are nauseated by it.
What's wrong with Looney Tunes?
Okay, we're going to focus in. We're talking about substance-free zones.
What about them?
Do you think they're necessary?
I think if this woke-ass college can have gluten-free zones, they can have substance-free zones.
Wait, you're gluten-free?
Gluten-free? Sister, I was born gluten-free.
Oh my God. Isn't there like a club? You know, we'll talk after. Focusing on the weed. Do you yourself smoke or edible?
I can't say that I have ever eaten anything, but I do smoke 3 packs a day.
Of cigarettes?
Cigarettes, leaves, toilet paper. What don't I smoke?
Yeah. So going back to this whole you can't smell it thing, did you by chance ever get COVID?
What's that?
COVID?
Yeah.
The coronavirus, the pandemic that happened.
Coronavirus? It's like a beer?
No, Corona is the beer. Coronavirus is the pandemic.
Okay.
You know,
what's,
it's
like pandemic, like what's that?
well, I mean, like, you
It's
know,
like something you cook with?
no, it's like mass people dying from disease.
People dying?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
that
you
doesn't
not
sound good.
watch the news in 2020?
I watched the
2021?
news?
2022?
No. I was sick around those times, upper respiratory infection. Kind of kept me in bed all the time.
So, did you ever get tested? Because that sounds like COVID, which would explain why you don't smell the weed.
I don't like tests. I'm not very good at them. My doctor said that I have an IQ of 28. 28, smallest IQ. I actually am in the Guinness Book of World Records.
And you're gluten-free. Got it. This is not
Yes.
helping celiacs. Okay. Did you vote for the substance-free zone?
Vote? What's that? Is that like a...
I think you'd get along with my friend Renee Porter.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like some green? Happy 420.
Thank you. I don't know what that
Well,
is.
apparently you smoke it. 420 a date.
It's like a day?
You
What's
know,
that?
the joke.
Okay.
Students smoke after 420. Oh, Lord.
Smell. Nothing.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Oh,
Nothing.
can we get him off set? Yeah, thank you for coming. We valued your opinions. Yeah,
Thank you.
you can take the leave with you if you want.
Oh, okay.
To hear from another perspective, I'm here with Indy Sativa. And Indy, can I just say, your name is very fitting.
Thank you. I get that a lot.
I'm sure you do. All right, so focusing on substance-free zones on campus, do you think they're necessary for the students with a history of abuse?
I think, honestly, I think it's like all subjective, right? So it's like, it's kind of my body, my choice. And I kind of just think that we shouldn't have to mold ourselves to other people's expectations of us. And like, we have the right and the authority to do like whatever we see fit with ourselves and our bodies. And I think that we shouldn't have to conform to society, right? And like by putting us into this little substance-free box, what?
Right. Okay, I hope this isn't too invasive, but do you smoke?
I don't have to answer that question. The law says so.
I thought you didn't believe in the law.
The law is subjective. And I think it's a matter of enforcement. You know, I've never seen a cop running around a dormitory sniffing rooms, you know. I mean, I think that they don't understand the needs and the lives of college students because, I mean, I've never seen a cop go to college.
Oh, that's definitely a...
Have you?
I mean, I saw all police academies, but...
That's not college. Do they have substance-free zones in police academies?
No, they very much don't. Do you know where you are, what you're doing right now?
There's trees. I like those. They're in the jungle. I like the jungle.
You frequent the jungle?
Mm.
Yeah. So we're actually doing like an interview. It's kind of question response. Just seem
If I
very-
didn't spend all my money, I would be in the jungle more. Let's just say that.
So I think we're actually gonna have to wrap things up, but thank you for your casual.
Are you scared?
No. Should I be? Let's just get that down. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Bye. Did you talk with Jesus backstage? I hear he's been handing out joints. And now to hear from what I can only assume is a community-led member, Tripsy Dopes. Am I reading that?
Yeah, that's about right.
That's your name,
Yeah, that's my name.
like from
That's what
birth.
the boss calls me.
Who's the boss?
His name's Salamanca, I think his name is.
I think I had that dish at a restaurant the other day. Anyways, talking about the substance.
Hold on, let me stop you right there. I'm gonna need one of these.
Oh, you can't smoke on set.
Oh, don't worry. The candy cigs. I use them a lot on interviews.
You get interviewed a lot.
Not by the press, but by people, you could say.
Are you, by chance, really familiar with the law?
I mean, sometimes, not all the times.
Right. So substance free. What are your thoughts on that?
Never liked weed. I've always preferred the harder stuff, like the cigarettes.
Cigarettes are harder than. So you really like your lung cancer, old fashioned.
I mean, that's just what I've been to, you know. When my mother smoked, my father smoked, everybody smokes. But, you know, nowadays they go and, like, they do these vapes, all these weeds, you know, all the soft snuff. I always preferred the standard, that is the cigarette.
That is candy cigarettes.
That's because I can't have actual cigarettes, you know.
Right. So kids, you said you think they make bad decisions sometimes. Do you even think a substance-free zone is necessary when 18 to 20-year-olds aren't even supposed to be using substances? I mean, that's breaking the law. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, substance-free floors, again, I think they're really soft. I just think that, you know, if you're gonna smoke, you might as well just smoke the hard stuff.
Yeah, we've established that. So your issue isn't the breaking the law part, it's that they're being weak in smoking weed instead of cigarettes.
Exactly.
What is your relation to MSU again? Because you don't, pardon me, seem like a enrolled student.
I got a few buddies in here, you know. They come here, they tell me about their academics. I usually stay back helping with the boss, taking care of business here and there.
The boss?
Yeah, Salamanca.
Business.
I just
Business. Are you providing the substances to students on campus? You got some kind of like drug ring going?
No.
So I'm actually hearing from my producers that your background check didn't clear and we actually need you to leave immediately.
Ain't that unfortunate?
Very.
Mm.
So leave. Go back to the boss. And now I'm here with
Roger.
Roger. And we're talking about the substance-free zones. I've heard that backstage you've been very passionate about no substances at all anywhere on campus.
No, I totally believe it's a gateway drug. You know, those children, all I can think about is how they're in those alleyways snorting coke off of God knows what. It just makes me mad. You know, those boys back in the jungle in Nam, I mean, I saw them. They'd smoke one ganja. That's it. That's all it took. And they were hooked. You know, so many of them dead. Their senses dull. The jungle, it's supposed to sharpen you. The Charlie, they're sitting there all day, and all they did was smoke their brains away, those airheads. Dope fiends.
How old are you?
Like, you know, 24.
You were back in Nam?
Yeah, it was crazy stuff, man. My buddy, Bubba, he got shot.
Well, that was an emotional roller coaster to say the least. I'm Renee Porter, wondering how I ended up doing this and wondering where Jesus is with a joint. Water into weed. He's done it again. I'm Renee Rap. Why did I say rap? Guys, that was